Hmm? I just mentioned the topic not too long ago. We talked about identifying your audience.
Targeted. Yes, that's true. Yes, that is very targeted. I just
True.
remembered. That one is the one we did before target audience.
So, can you remember anything out of what the things we talked about? Things you should note to be able to narrow down your audience.
So yes, you said something about demographics. Under demographics, you're supposed to ask their name, their age, their location, their occupation, um, their gender. These are the things that you consider. Then under psychographics, you ask about their hobbies, their value, their interests, and how they spend their time, their pain points too.
Okay, very good. But then I never said anything about asking.
No, like you make a research. Sorry,
I
sorry. Like
I
these
wanted
things
to
are all research.
not confuse ourselves because you can't be asking line
Your
information when you don't
audience,
know
like you
people that
don't.
you're right.
Sometimes you might not even know them.
Exactly. So anyway, at least we remembered what we treated in the last class. So let
Hello, sir. Your mic is mute.
sorry about that. I pressed it. Okay, sorry. As I was saying, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay. So now that you've identified your audience, you've been able to narrow down those that you are writing for, those that you want to write for. You need to be able to understand how they think, like their mindset, the way they will accept what you're writing. So you need to be able to understand your audience, their needs, how what you're writing or what you want to write about applies to their needs, their pains, and the problems that what you're writing or your contents would solve for them. So first let's talk about identifying your audience need. The basic thing is the number one thing is information need. You need to be able to know, like, what you don't know is something that you are ignorant of. Like when you don't know something, that thing has power over you. Sort of like it's you are vulnerable to what you don't know. Let me put it that way. So you need to be able to you need to be sure, okay, what I want to write about, do my audience know? So part of the number one need that you'll be catering to is making that finding out if that information is available to them and bringing it to them. They need to be they need to know they need that information to value it. Do you understand me? Hello.
I disagree.
Okay. Now number two, you need to understand their emotion like how they will receive the information, how they will react to it. Like for instance, now, imagine someone telling you today that taking more than one bottle or two bottles of soda in a week is bad for your health, and you are someone that you can't do a day without taking one at least. And person start pointing out taking this thing, these are the likely side effects. How would you react to that kind of information? Hello.
So please, I didn't get your question.
Okay, I'm trying to state an example. So I said, imagine someone, like for instance, let's say you're at work and someone comes to you and tell you, Olarinwaju, or if you are, if you take more than one or two sodas in a week, you're likely to have this ailment, and it would affect your body drastically, to affect your body in a very negative way. If you're hearing something like that, how would you react to it? Considering that you've been used to taking that soda almost every day. Sometimes you might even take more than one a day. Do you understand my question?
Yes, I understand now.
So how would you react to that kind of information?
Um, I will not even like. I will not take what the person is telling me like at the face value, because I'll be like, "What's your evidence? Like, what's the backing? Where did you get it from?" Like the person now have to start explaining where he or she got the idea or the information from before I will now start taking you serious. That's just me.
So after the person has given you enough concrete information about where he got where he got his facts from, how would you take the information?
Mm. Um, it will be like an eye opener for me. Like I'll not have to like start rethinking my mindset, start changing that habits, because now I've come to realize that see, oh, this is really wrong. So it's more like I'll be kind of like I don't know how to put it, like it will be an eye opener for me. It will be kind of surprising for me, kind of.
It will raise concerns,
And me
right?
myself, I also it will also make me to like want to know more about the effect and everything.
Exactly. Now it creates a drive in you, which is the emotion that you need to be able to hit on. Like if you are putting out the content, you're going to um, move your audience emotionally, so that it persuades them to want to make move, either want to engage more or be curious for, okay, if this thing is like this, why is this like this? They either want to make research either on their own or find out what more you have to say about that particular subject. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So now, once you are able to provide emotional needs, like okay, you can understand how they will react to the content emotionally. I think that curiosity in them is not enough. The end goal of your content is marketing to them. So to be able to market, they need to be able to. You need to be sure that even though you are pointing a problem to them, you also have a solution, which is where the functional needs comes in. You need to your content need to be able to provide a functional needs to your audience. So they need to be able to know, okay, while I'm reading this thing, while I'm going through this content, the problem that I'm thinking that it's pointing out to me, that I'm thinking I now have, it also has a solution to it. Do we get?
Please,
Hello?
are you sharing your screen? Are you sharing your screen now?
I didn't hear you.
Okay, don't worry, sir.
You can ask your question, please.
No, I was asking if you were sharing your screen because I wasn't seeing it, but now I'm seeing it. That was why I said no, don't worry, sir.
Oh, okay. So, number one, I said you need to be able to identify your audience. Your audience what? The number one need I mentioned. What's the number one need I mentioned?
Personal need.
Please, I want us to respond so I know we're following. So what's number one need I mentioned?
Informational needs, sir.
No, that wasn't the first need I mentioned. Informational needs. You need to know what they are looking for. So you need your content need to be able to tally with what they are looking for. So now they get what they are looking for. You need to be able to you need to make them curious about it, and that's where emotional need comes in, which is the second need. Then functional need is applying your content, being able to tackle whatever problem or whatever, being able to provide solution to whatever problem they might be thinking of with the content. Then number four, aspirational needs. What is the end result? What is the end goal of reading the content? Okay, once you do this, you get this, and this is how it will look like at the end of the day. So you need to have a foresight of what the expected goals would be. Like for instance, now, if you are writing a content about obesity, someone who is obese, if the person is reading through your content, the person needs to know, okay, what are the things that the person is doing currently that is causing that problem? What are the things the person needs to do? And what is the end result that the person is expected to get? All those kind of things are things you put into consideration to be able to meet your audience need. So by the time you're writing your content, you know, okay, for instance, I'm writing about obesity and I'm putting these four things in mind. I know that informational needs is key, emotional needs is important, functional needs is vital, and aspirational need is essential because in as much as you want to write a content, if I as an audience I don't find the content appealing, or I read your content and talks about my problem, it's like telling me what I already know. But I'm not just going there because I want to read the content. I'm going there because I want to find a solution to the problem. So in as much as you're drawing my attention to it, I need to be able to say, okay, yes, after everything, you are providing a solution. Which is why a functional and aspirational needs are important. Are we together? Then, while you're writing with all those mind, you should also be able to identify their weaknesses. Now, I'll go back to the example I just made. Please, are you following me? Are we together, guys?
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir. We are following.
Okay. Okay. So now the example I made reference to that I just used now, which is writing about obesity. What are the challenges that you think someone who is obese would have? Yeah? Are we together?
Now come again, sir.
Hello. I said, what are the challenges I think someone who is obese would have? Someone who has obesity.
I think one of the challenges is that it'll be difficult in breathing.
Oh, okay. So that's a, well, I say, I didn't hear you.
High blood pressure.
Okay, that's part of it too. So, but one of the basic symptoms or basic challenges that the person would have in getting a solution is the fact that most people that are obese eat a lot. Yeah, your content would have a lot to do about diets and probably exercises, which are kind of things that would be difficult for someone who is obese to easily adapt to. Now, I made reference to this because in as much as you understand what your potential audience need, you need to be able to understand their pain points, their struggles, their barricades, and how to help them scale through it. So now, part of the things you need to bear in mind is what are their likely challenges? What are the things that would serve as limitation to them in getting the expected goal that you want your content or your material to be able to provide to them? Now, for someone who is obese, one of the major issues that they will have is the fact that they will eat a lot, and it will be difficult for them to engage in exercises because normally when you walk with your portable sleep satchel, someone who is obese will think of it as a big task. So you need to be able to put that in mind. So okay, for instance, you're writing something about obesity, you can find a way of putting in your content that, okay, this is possible, this might be a possible challenge, and these are the kind of things you can do to deal with it. That's why you see, for people who engage in probably fitness programs, they tell them you don't have to start big. You can start small. Probably you do 5 reps, 10 reps a day, and gradually you increase it. Not because of anything other than the fact that they don't want them to see it as a big task. So the same thing when you're writing your content too. You're writing with that consciousness in mind. You're putting that, okay, this is the possible challenge you have. These are the things you can do to not see that challenge as a stumbling block. Then you know their frustrations too. What are the situations that get them frustrated? Now, most people who are obese, they get mocked by colleagues, and people also, a lot of people will body shame them. So when you're writing your content too, you have those things at the back of your mind to point out. what are their pains. Body shaming, like I talked about, some of them emotional pains, like when people say things, it gets them emotionally. So you identify all these things and you put them in. Sorry, can we still see my screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So you identify their pains, their needs, and you put them into consideration. So it helps you understand, okay, how best do I address the people I'm writing for? So you don't, by the time you are putting out your content, it looks as if you know the person you're writing for, even though you don't know them. But because you've done your own research and you are working with the concept of, okay, how does this person think? What is the state of mind of this person? What situation is this person in? How does what I'm saying or what I'm trying to push, what I'm trying to market to them, how does it apply to their current state of mind? You have those things in mind and you are working with that as you create your content. Now, what are the kind of research methods you can apply to help you gather all these contents or all this information that you need to generate your content? Mind you, all I've been talking about all this while has nothing to do with your content. It's basically you knowing, understanding who you're writing the content for. Are we together? So one of the things you can do is conduct a survey. Probably, for instance, now if you are writing a content for a school, probably I said school, students, your content is going online, but there are students around that you can, like probably in your neighborhood, that can engage in conversations, ask questions, and get an idea of how they reason. Okay, if this is happened, how would you handle this? And questions like that would help give you an idea of how students basically or people in that brackets reason. And with that survey, you have an idea of what you are looking for. So, like I said, you can create a survey or engage people in an interview. Then you could also use social media as a place to also engage people and get information. Now, on social media, you don't necessarily have to engage people. You can just observe people's response to information. Like, for instance, you go on a blog page and you read through comments. You look at the content people are reacting to. How are they reacting to this content? What is the engagement like? It gives you an idea of how people will react to the content you are putting out if it relates to that content. So when you go on social media, you're not just going to look for any content. For instance, I want to write about mobile phones. And I go online, I search about similar content. How do people react to a mobile phone? How do people engage the content? What are the things people are saying about the content? Those are kind of things give you an idea of, okay, let's say for instance, iPhone 16. People are like giving their opinions about it. I mean, I don't think iPhone 16 there's anything special about the phone. It's just a waste of money. Okay, you hold on to that. is this. You hold on to those information coming from different angles, different people. It gives you an idea of how the product or how the content and the product you are trying to push meets their needs, how the kind of problem you think it solves, and all those gives you an idea of what you are looking for. Now, you can also use analytic tools. Probably, for instance, if the if the content you're writing is for it's a web content, going on a website, when you check out analytic tool, I think I mentioned it also in the last class. I mentioned analytic tool. It helps you see what your audience are engaging on and what the engagement is like. You know, okay, this particular content, this is how people are engaging it. So when you're writing the content, let's for instance now, you go on someone's page, probably another writer's page, and see the person write about something similar to what you want to write. You would see number of engagement the person has on the post. For instance, you could also use search engine as an analytic tools for you to get the necessary data you need. Then we have customized feedback, such that if you are putting out your content, you create room for people to give feedback on what they think. Like for instance now, you go on some websites and you see spaces for comments, so people can engage and respond. Okay, this information you said, thank you for the information, it was really helpful, it was this and things like that. You get those kind of information to prepare you for subsequent content that you'll be putting out, or to give you an idea of how people are responding to your content. Are we together? So what are the benefits of being able to identify your content, your audience? Number one, it helps you create relevant content, because if you have an idea of who you are writing for, it narrows down your workload. Now you're not just writing and assuming, okay, probably out of 100 people that will be coming, maybe 20 will be directly affected, because now you already know the set of people you are writing for, the kind of people that you're expecting to engage on your content. So your content is tailored for those set of people. Then number two, it helps increase engagement. Now, if after putting out your first content, you've narrowed down the people you are writing for, and you need people that engage through other people inviting their friends. Okay, I read this on this so and so. It helps increase engagement, and on the algorithm as well. The algorithm knows, okay, this particular individual or this particular user is putting out this certain type of content. The algorithm it will push your content to the right sort of people that your content is streamlined for. So for instance, I don't know if any of you have noticed, whenever you search on Google or use any search engine, it could be probably web crawler or maybe Yandex, any search engine. If you search a particular topic, the first set of options that you would see are usually the same. How many of you have noticed that? Hello,
So please, I don't understand. Is it normally the same like how?
I didn't hear you. I didn't get your question.
So you say like anytime we put like we make a search on one of the
Yes,
search engine, that our results are normally the same. So like normally the same
like
like
okay.
how?
Let's say you search something on if you search something on health, if you notice the first probably the first 3 or 4 options that it will bring for you are common health websites. Probably let's say you search something on obesity, the first options you would say are probably websites like WHO,
Health organizations.
health related websites.
Yeah.
Why do you think those are the options that it brings for you and doesn't just bring uh random websites?
So me, I don't know.
Okay, it's basically because those uh those websites have been able to narrow down those that they're writing for, and so because of the SEO they've used, it's easy to for the algorithm to direct their audience, their content to those searching for it. So, and which is why it's important that you're able to understand the needs of people you're writing for, how your content applies to certain set of people. So when you put out the content, the algorithm can direct your content to the right audience. So subsequently, the engagement on that content grows based on the fact that it's streamlined. It will make sense now if you're writing about health and then we're saying things about technology and the likes, or nutrition and food and stuff in your content. It makes it difficult for the algorithm to be able to streamline your content. Um, if you're frequent with writing as a content writer, there's what we call niche. So if you're writing, probably if you're writing, let's say for instance, you're writing for a health brand, there are certain keywords that niche is expected to project. So each time you're writing with those things at the back of your mind, you know places to look. Are we together? Hello.
Hi, sir.
So,
So number 3 benefits, it helps improve customer satisfaction. During the first class, I made reference to some blog sites, and I don't know if we all read we all read information on blog site, like we go on blog pages to get updates. I don't know, for those of us who are frequent on let's say X or LinkedIn, there are places where, let's say for instance, you want to get tips on copywriting. There are particular places online that you go to. For me now, if I want to get entertainment gists on X, there are certain you handles that I go to because I know these people would always talk about it. So if your content is tailored to a particular niche or a particular audience, it helps you create engagement. Like it helps improve your customer satisfaction because people already know, okay, this is what I'm getting from this page. So each time they want what you are pushing out, they know where to come to. But once your content is not defined, it makes it difficult for them to come back, and that way you don't get the expected engagement or growth that you need on the platform, on the page. Then it helps you narrow down competitive advantages, because once you can differentiate yourself from differentiate yourself with your content, people know, okay, once I'm this particular content I'm getting gives this satisfaction. So you can help your brand, you can help project your brand in a way that their audience or their potential customers, they understand what they are getting from them. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
And once that is possible, it helps increase your ROI. What is the ROI that you get?
You have to increase what, sir?
It helps improve your ROI.
ROI.
Do you all know what ROI means?
ROI, like
ROI, your
receiving.
return on investment.
Okay.
Now, as a content writer, what is your investment?
The product that you're trying to sell.
No, your product is there, but that's not your investment. Your content is your investment. The reason why the brand is bringing you in is because of your content. That is what they are paying for you to help them write a content that can sell their products. So your content is the investment. Now, what is the return on investment? Your return on investment is either your engagement, the engagement on the content, or engagement on the product that you're selling. So if you write a content, probably you create a copy on a particular product, and your audience, you have a large audience. People read about the content, but nobody is interested in engaging the product, in probably finding out more about the product or buying the product. Then your investment has been a waste. So if you are creating a copy to market the product, your audience will be able to, part of the benefits that you should get is that your audience will be able to patronize the product, or at least find out information about the product. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk about content writing strategies that you can apply. And we'll stop here for today. So basically, this is more like summary of everything we've talked about.
Can you share your screen? I'm not seeing anything.
You can't see anything.
I'm seeing it now, but it's still blurry.
Okay. Is it better?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Content writing strategies. This is basically a summary of everything I've talked about from A to Z in today's class. So, number one, your strategy to writing your content. Identify the, like, for instance, now, let's say if Olua, I come to you as a um, a brand owner, and I want you to help me create a content or create content for my brand, write content for my brand to help sell my product or sell my brand. Part of the things you should be conscious of is, what does my brand represent? Now, when I project my when you are projecting my brand to the people, what do I expect people to say about the brand? How do I want people to think of the brand? What are the images I want people to project about the brand? That kind of things you put in mind, and such helps you understand what you are focusing on. So number one, you need to address the pain points. What are the pain points of the content, like of your audience? What are the things that why do they need your content, or why they need the product you are trying to sell to them? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Why do they need the products? Why is it important that they get the one you want to sell to them? Why should they take your own product over your competitors? Number one. Then I said something earlier about emotional needs. You should be able to use words that applies to their emotions, because I can say you can sell a market to someone and they are saying you're using words like please, and they won't still buy. And you can also sell the same products without using please, but using empathetic words. It's not to you sound like you it's not to you sound like someone who needs help before you hit your audience emotion. So you need to be able to sound like someone who understands what they are going through. So it's not until you are sounding sympathetic or you're sounding like someone who needs help before your audience before you can appeal to your audience. You need to sound like you understand what they are going through, understand why they need the product or why they need the information you are giving out to them. So that way you can appeal to their emotions. So you need to be able to use empathetic languages. Then number three, provide valuable insights. That's what I talked about, functional needs. Now you're able to appeal to my emotions. You're able to let me see why I need it. But then, what value is it giving to me? Are we together? Hello? Hello?
Stop. I'm with you.
Okay. Sorry, can you guys still see my screen?
It's you, stop.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
So I can see your screen, sir.
Okay. Like I was saying, you need to be able to use empathetic languages. Like for instance now, let's say I'm writing about a skincare product. It's not until you tell people that please, and this product is useful for you. No, but what are the things that will make someone, let's say for instance, someone who has skin burn? Why would the person want to use a skin burn product? Use a product that treats skin burn? You need to be able to appeal to that need of I know it's not a good feeling when your skin feel a certain way, going out and your skin reacts to sunburn or things, those kind of, like, you using those terms, it makes it easier for your audience to feel like, okay, probably this person has been in my shoe. So and that way you hit their emotions. You're able to get their attention, like, okay, it's like I'm not alone in this situation. It doesn't mean you've experienced it, but you can position yourself in that person's situation. And so when you're writing to them, you're appealing to their emotions. Like they feel like, "Oh, this person cares about me. This person can relate to what I'm going through." So those kind of languages would help you get your audience or your potential audience attention. Then hitting to their emotions alone is not enough if you can't provide them with insightful values. So which is why we talked about the what's called earlier, functional needs. What are the things that they need to do? Now they know what they know. What can they do? Your content you're providing through your content. So you need to be able to reach out to them. Now there's to be able to tell, use your storytelling techniques. If you guys have been paying attention in the class from our first class, probably second class for those that were not around, I made mention of one thing. The most important skill for you to have as a content writer is not your vocabulary, is not your grammar. What did I call it?
It's called
What's
storytelling strategy.
beautiful? So your ability to be able to tell a story. And what do we mean by telling a story? Your ability to be able to keep your audience engaged from once they read the first sentence or the first two sentences in your content. Your ability to be able to keep them engaged from that point till the end. It's not like they will read, then probably halfway you lose them off and they start feeling confused or they start getting confused and they don't understand what they are reading, and that way they log off. The ability to be able to keep them glued. Now you've talked about you've drawn their attention to what you want to talk about. You've made them see the need for what you want to talk about. It won't make sense for you if at the beginning of the content, because then they don't have to read to the end. So are we together? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you need to be able to keep them at each point. Okay, first, I know what I'm reading. I'm getting familiar with what I'm reading. I know why I'm reading it. I know why it applies to me. Then I know what it would bring to me. Now, how do I get what is bringing to me? How do I get that benefit? Those are the things that you need to be able to do in your storytelling technique. Now, sometimes last year I started learning script writing, and part of the things that I learned in script writing is this: I believe we all watch movies, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I like that response. So now, for if we all watch movies and pay attention to movies very well, no matter the kind of movie you're watching, be it a romance movie, a thriller, an action movie, there's always three break-ins to the movie. Either it's an action movie or a romance movie. There's always the introduction of the hero, mostly the major character, the dilemma of the hero, and the victory of the hero. So for those of us, let me use, I don't know if you all watch Indian movies. Do we have Bollywood fans in the class?
You say?
Do we have Bollywood fans in the class?
No.
Okay, drama. Hello. Okay. Let me just use movie generally. So most times, if you watch in movies and watch, in the beginning they would introduce probably a guy who is having a sad story. Then in between the movie, probably the story gets complicated or he experiences a breakdown. And then you're curious about what will happen next. There's that suspense of, okay, the situation has gotten either complicated or it has gotten worse. And at the end of the movie, there will be either a happy ending or a victory story to the movie. Now, that technique is something that applies even in your content writing. Forget that you're writing about probably a cosmetic product, or you're writing about a mobile device. Your ability to be able to keep your audience engaged from introducing the device to them to creating that need, why they need the device, and what they have to expect. That anticipation, that desire, that suspense to, okay, these are the things that I'll get, and it makes them want to, maybe I should give it a try. I should check it out and see for myself. That technique is like very important. It's like a major weapon for you as a content writer or even as a copywriter. Then lastly, another most important strategy that you need to bear in mind is this. In as much as you're telling a story, which is where your vocabulary might come in play, and which is why it's important that when you write, you don't submit your first drafts as a writer you are. Now, it is important that you are conscious of your keywords, your optimization. So for instance, let's say you write about a mobile device. There are certain keywords that you want to be present in your content. Like there are certain keywords that you have to be able to know how to place them strategically within your content, so that once your content goes live, if people search related keywords, it brings out the option. For instance, if you're writing about mobile device, you want to be conscious about keywords like telephone, mobile phone, the name of the product you are putting out. Now, for instance, if you're writing a content on a mobile device, probably if it's a Samsung product, you want to be sure you are not just putting mobile phone. You are putting Samsung, whatever the model of the phone is, such that wherever people are searching anything related to the phone, your content shows up. Do you understand? Hello, are we together?
Yes, sir.
Or should I explain myself?
So I will explain. Oh.
Okay, I said after your storytelling skill, the other most important strategy you need to be conscious of is search engine optimization. How to optimize your keywords to make your content visible. So you need to be able to know how to position your keywords, like the words that are vital in your content, so that you don't just use random words. You are particular about the kind of words you want to use. Let's say, for instance, I'm writing about Samsung um, Z Fold 6. Samsung Z Fold 6. If I'm writing about the phone, I won't be putting mobile devices. If let's say I'm talking about, okay, the device is supposed to, I won't put device in that spot, because what I want to be evident in that content is the phone. So what I'll put is the Samsung Z Fold 6 would. Do you understand what I just talked about there?
So me, I don't understand. Are
Do
you
you
talking
understand?
about using hashtag?
No, not hashtag, keywords. Now, keywords are they are like somewhat key phrase. How should I explain it? Keywords are made that project that creates a narrative about the content. Do you understand that?
Okay, sir.
Let's say, for instance, now, if you hear something like nutrition, diet, what do you think of?
Yes, something like what, sir?
Nutrition.
So please, I'm not hearing you.
If you hear something like nutrition, what do you think of?
Something like
Nutrition or diet.
nutrition.
Mm.
So me, I don't get you.
If someone says, like, probably you're talking, yeah, someone is talking and you're listening, and the person talks
Mm.
about nutrition, like, okay, the kind of these are the kind of this is nutritious to the body. If I use that kind
Okay.
of sentence, what do you think of?
I'm thinking of milk.
What is milk? You're thinking about food.
Yes, like milk.
You're thinking
Something
about
like that.
something you can consume.
Exactly.
So now, if you're probably you're talking with someone again, and the person talks about telephone or tablets, let's say you hear things like Amplicos or medications, what are things that comes to your mind?
Think of drugs.
Health related things, right? Abby, why don't you, when you hear Amplicos, why don't you think about probably computer?
No, now they're not. They are not related.
Exactly. Because now the reason why I can think of things like that is because those are keywords for medical related things. So the same way when someone searches, when you go on your on Google or on your search engine and you type in a particular phrase or a particular word, what the algorithm does is it looks at contents that have those particular words in them. Probably I will give you guys as assignments. Are we all together?
So no,
I will give you as assignments. That's what you'll do. Now are we together? After
no,
the
sir.
class. Why are you saying no?
Because I don't understand this keyword part at all.
Yeah, but this would help you understand it. The assignments will help you understand it. So this is what I want you guys to do. After the class, open your browser, or you can use Google. I don't know if you use, for those using iPhone, you can go on Safari or whatever browser you have on your device. Open the browser, and before you open the browser, think of any 5 random words. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
5 random words. So you could think about school, health, hospital,
Fashion.
supermarkets, anything you can think about fashion. So now go on your browser, click on it, and start typing the word. Before you finish typing the words, your browser should give you options. Options of, like, it should give you options of words that you can click on. So what I want you to do for me is, for each, when you type, let's say for instance, you type in you want to type in fashion, you type in the options that it brings for you under, I want you to highlight those options and submit for each word. Those options are what I refer to as keywords. Now, by the time you type in fashion, are we together? By the time you type in fashion and it loads the page, you would see it will load. It would bring out options of websites that have similar or related topics. That word that you typed in is a keyword. Do you understand me? Hello, please, if you're understanding, let me know. If you're not understanding, let me
So
know so I
please,
can react.
sir, please, me, I don't understand. I don't understand this keyword. In fact, I'm going to my Opera Mini to practicalize on this.
Okay, try it now. Let me see. Try it and let's we'll wait for you. You give it, search for it and give us a feedback. Are you there?
Sir, yes, I browsed fashion. Anyways,
Okay.
this thing
Why?
that is coming out here is clothes. A lot of clothes here. Then there is
You
Wikipedia
did,
page.
did you click on image?
Okay, I should click on image.
No, don't click on
Okay,
image.
I've clicked on image. I'm seeing Fashion
No,
Week
don't.
Vogue.
Don't click on image. Go back to the main first
Okay,
page. Go back to the first page.
I'm on the main page now.
Now, okay, what I asked you to do is this. When you were typing, I didn't say you should rush to type fashion. Okay, let me try it out. Let me try what I'm trying to say and send a screenshot to the group. Are we together? Now, I want to what I asked you guys.
I understand now. When I was trying to type fashion, I thought fashion design, fashion nova, fashion designer style, fashion designer
Now,
clothing. Is it the keyword you're talking about?
yeah, that now fashion that you typed is the keywords.
Yeah.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
because you typed in fashion, the search engine is now bringing related words that have fashion in them.
Yeah.
So that is the keyword I'm talking about. Now, to apply it to your own content, let's say for instance now you're writing a fashion content, a content that has to do with fashion. You will think about what are the kind of words that you want that when people type them on their search engine, you want them to you want that the kind of words that people would search on their type on their search engine that would bring your own content up for them to see. Do you understand that?
Okay.
So, for instance, now, if let's say you're writing about male fashion, you're not just writing about fashion. You're writing male fashion. So, what are the things that they would type in to bring out male fashion? So, you type in, you would have things like male wear, male clothing, Ankara for men, suits for men. Those are male related things. So, for instance, if I go online and I'm searching suit for men, the moment I type male, it brings out options related to your content. So by the time I click on it, and your content and the algorithm synchronizes my search with your content comes out as one of the first options I see on my page. That's how you see that by the time you finish typing what you typed and you click, there are contents that show at the top of your page. Do you get me now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that now?
Yes, sir.
Why is that you're the only one responding? Why is no one else responding in class? Emmanuel, Ifeoluwa. No one else is responding.
I still don't understand. Sir. When I guess,
I'm listening. I didn't get your question. Ifeoluwa. Hello.
So I'm with you. Just that I'm trying to understand very well what you meant.
But none of you is asking any question. Now it appears that it seems you guys didn't understand and nobody is saying anything. Ifeya was the only one responding and she was the only one that was answering her questions. So, okay, I will explain it again. Ifeya, you understand it, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you guys try what she just did on her browser? Can you guys open your browser and try what she just did? Emmanuel, you watch football, right?
Yes, sir.
So you are also familiar with live score. Okay, you can just pick any random word. Go on your browser, open a new page, a new tab. Then click on the search option and start typing in a word. Don't type it fast. Take your time. Type it slowly. Just type in any word. You could use sport. You could pick cars. You could pick fashion. Anything. You could pick technology. But just start typing any word. Then you start seeing options. You start seeing the search engine give you options of what you want to type. Do you get that?
Yes, sir. I typed in technology, and while I was typing technology, it was bringing different options for me.
Now, what the search engine is doing there is optimization. What you typed in is your keyword. So now, for you, it's not a keyword; it's just a phrase. But for the content, the website where is picking those words for, it's keyword. So now you are typing in technology. What the search engine will do is it will look through the internet, through the web page, and search for any um, web page or website that has anything related to what you are typing, and gradually to start highlighting them and identifying. Let me, sorry, um, let me try what I'm trying to. Let me show you guys what I'm trying to explain. Give me a minute, please. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
No, sir.
You can't see my screen.
I see it now, sir.
What are you seeing on my screen? What are you seeing? What are you seeing?
I saw VVU lost 40% of staff.
Oh, sorry. It's not VVU. That's my O. I need to change the fonts for this class. That's O. OOU lost 40%. Okay, now pay attention to the search bar where I want to do.
Yes, sir.
Type now.
Can you see what is happening there?
Yes. Donald
I
Trump,
typed
Donald
Donald.
Trump news.
He's bringing Donald Trump
Donald
news,
Trump
Donald
networks.
Trump network. Now, do you know why it's bringing? Why the first 5 things that he brought has to do with Donald Trump?
I don't know.
It's bringing Donald Trump because on the internet, as at today, as at now, Donald Trump is the most trending subject online in related to Donald. Like anything related to Donald Trump is the most trending word. Now, what I'm typing is not the keyword. Donald Trump is the keyword. So now, for instance, let's say I'm writing news about US, and I want my news to trend on the algorithm, to be optimized on the search engine algorithm. I will use words like Donald Trump in my content. Now let me use another word for you guys to see. You say I type in tech, it brought in techno, tech skills, techno pop 9, technology. So it means Techno's product has been trending on the internet too. People have been searching for things related to techno. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I type in technology and I search. If you look at this first option it brings for me is Wikipedia. Meaning Wikipedia has a lot of things a lot of technology keywords in it. The next website is Britannica. Now, this website from Wikipedia to Britannica to Indeed, they are websites that have been able to optimize their keywords such that they have enough words in it that has to do with technology. Now, click on this website, Britannica, and I want you guys to pay attention and look at what I'm saying. How many words can you see that have technology so far? Let's count together. This is how many words can you see now? 1, 2,
It has a lot.
3, 4, 5. On almost every line, there's something that has to do with technology. 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 Do you get what I'm saying? Look at this phrase now, this sentence. For techniques of construction technology, almost everything on the website has to do with technology. So it's easy for the algorithm to identify that this website is mostly talking about technology. So when you search anything that's to do with technology, it's part of the websites that you see at the top of your options. Let's look at Indeed to Indeed.com. From the first word, see, first 20 types of technology definitions. You're already seeing things that has to do with technology in the search options. There are different types of technology, 20 common types of technology. What is technology? Technology is, you're already seeing things that has to do with technology. So these are the things I'm talking about when I talk about search engine optimization. You won't be writing about technology and then after the first sentence where you use technology, you now look for another word to replace technology. And we are saying because you don't want to repeat words. Search engine optimization is basically about you making emphasis on words that you want your audience, that you believe your audience will talk about or would search for. And now it's important that when you're using those words, you're not just looking for big English. You are simplifying those words. Now, let's try something else. Are we still seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Go back inside. Go back to your room. Go inside. Take it to your room. Take it to your room. Sorry, guys, please.
Where is that your child?
Yes. So are we paying attention, please? Can we still see my screen?
Yes, sir.
typed in cookbook, it brought out related words: cookbook template, cookbook cover, cookbook designs. These are possible templates. Now I'm not picking on anything. I'm just searching generally. Now all those possible options that it has brought for me, it will now bring references to where I can find them. Now if you see the first option, you notice I didn't bring Wikipedia here. Wikipedia is not okay. Wikipedia is on the first option because there have been write-ups about about cookbook on Wikipedia. Britannica is also a platform like Wikipedia, where people write anything about everything on it. Now, Amazon also has tons of cookbooks. Now, this website, if you notice, the first three websites are global websites. Hello. Wikipedia is not a Nigerian website. Britannica is not a Nigerian website. Amazon is not a Nigerian website. But this fourth website rather, is a Nigerian website. Why do you think it was part of the first four that the search engine brought up? Can anybody get?
I think because the people that created the website, they were kind of crafty enough to put in the keywords. Like I guess they packed keywords inside the whole thing. So that was why when we browsed about cookbooks, their websites came up like top 5. Probably the
Beautiful.
content is full of cook, everything cook.
Beautiful. Now you understand what I mean by search engine optimization. What I mean by keywords. So that's basically what I'm trying to say. Now it doesn't mean that when you are writing now, everywhere you have to put cookbook. You can always shuffle between the you can always be creative with the keywords such that you are using cooking,
Like
cooked, books. Do you get?
so I want to like ask something. Like now that we browse cookbook, like is it possible for you to like when you're creating a website now or you're writing an article, let me say a blog, and you want it to come out like top 5, like when people browse about something like that. So you now like pack all the keywords that are related to that particular word. Let me say, let's use the word cook now. You browse cook, then under the cook, you pack all the keywords there, and then look for kind of a creative way to make content with all those keywords, and then pack them into your blog, so that when people are browsing it will come out like top 5. Is that what you mean by SEO word search?
Yes.
Something like that?
Now, yes. Now there's what we call they are what we call SEO tools. They are tools we use to get those keywords. For instance, now if you are writing something related to cooking or cookbooks, you don't have to use cookbook all the time. Let me give you an example. You know, part of the things that what we search for now is cookbook, and he brought in this cookbook Lagos. I want to search for something else. Can we see what I'm typing?
Yes, a unique chef.
Yes. Look at this. Can you see this particular This particular website. Do you notice the same websites that I showed you guys earlier? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think he brought out? Why do you think he brought out the same website?
It has the keyword, unique gem.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, say because you're writing about fashion, you will not start using fashion alone all through your content. There are keywords that are related to fashion, more like, should I say, similes or synonyms of fashion, words that you use in place of that particular word. So we have tools that we use to search for those keywords to help make your work easier. But then if you are creative, you can always find words to use in place of those words. Now, for instance, if you're writing about health, there are basic keywords that you can't do without talking about in your content. So those are the words that I'm talking about when I say keywords. So that's words that you need to emphasize, and you need to be able to find a creative way to use those words in your content, such that it might not even be your title, the title of your content that someone will search for. It might just be a random word in your content that people will search for, and it will bring up your content. Why? Because that word has appeared more than once or twice in the whole of your content, and you being able to apply those words is what we refer to as keyword optimization. Are we together now?
We are together.
Okay, thank you very much. On that note, we've come to the end of today's class. So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. I'm thinking, are we together, guys, please?
Sir, please, no assignment on this keyword something.
I'll give you an assignment though, because if you don't try it out yourself, you won't be able to improve on it. And see, the only way your content can be visible is if your keywords are done properly. You see someone write a beautiful story, a very nice content, but then nobody is seeing it. It's not because the person is not creative, but because you didn't use the right keywords, and so it will not be marketable, because the algorithm would go online and would see your content and won't know where to place it. But with the right keywords, you don't need to do too much work pushing it, and that's your work of pushing it. It's like you marketing, put it in people's face. That's what your keyword does. So the assignment is what I've given you guys. What I want you guys to do is pick 5 random words and search. Now the assignment is simple. 5 random words and type it on your browser. 2 things you are going to do. 1, the options that it brings for you while you are typing it, list them. At least the first 5, 6 options that it brings for you, list them out. Then the websites that it brings for you, I want you to click on each website and identify why those websites are synonymous to your keywords or to the word that you search for. That's just
So, like,
basically what I want to. So yeah, I told you to pick 5 random words. So yeah, doing the exercise 5 times. So for instance, now your first word is fashion. You type in fashion. What are the options that it brings for you when you type in fashion? Like when I typed fashion, I brought in fashion designer, um, fashion design, fashion stores, and things like that. So those words you list them. Then when you finish typing in the words, if you want to type in fashion, if you want to go further and type fashion design, what are the options that it brings for you? So you type in those words. You highlight those words. Then you go also on the when you type the first 5 options that it brings for you. Click on let me reduce. Let's do first 3 options. Click on the web pages and let's see what's synonymous to those web pages. Why you think uh, your words, those web pages were first on the options for you. Do you understand me?
So, like, how many of the websites? Is it like the top 3 websites that we are clicking on? Because a lot of websites will
Yes,
come
first
out.
three,
Even
first
next
three,
page.
just the first 3. Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I was about to say something earlier. I'm thinking of shifting our class for Friday to Saturday. Should we fix it to Saturday or should we still do Friday?
So let's do Friday. Let's keep to our calendar.
Okay, no problem. We'll make it
If
work.
Saturday will be a better option, no
Unless
problem.
there's an emergency. Me, I don't know. Unless there's an emergency. But me, I like to like follow kind of guideline. That is my own. Like if we say something, we keep to it. Unless
Okay, no
maybe
problem.
family emergency or something.
Though there's possibility I might have an engagement that Friday, but then let's don't worry. I'll find you around it. Let's keep to Friday.
But
Okay,
sir,
sir.
if Friday won't be okay, can we okay with a Saturday?
No problem. I'll let you guys know ahead. I'll let you guys know ahead if Friday won't work.
Sir.
So on that note, we've come to the end of